Hi there, welcome back to my channel. This is Balsamic Moon Tarot, and I am here with another reading for you. Another pick a card tarot reading for you. And I couldn't decide on a theme today, so this is just the message that is meant to find you. This is a timeless reading. Whenever you are catching this video, the reading becomes activated for you, okay? And I have 3 cards here for you to choose from. Select the card that most resonates for you. Let's take a look at what came out today. Face your fear. Pile 2. It's in you. And pile 3, sacred boundaries. Okay, so these are the 3 oracle cards for you to pick from. Feel free to skip ahead to the timestamp for your reading in the description below. See you there. Hi pile 1, I have your cards here and I'm going to get into your reading. You selected the card for the crow, Face Your Fear. This is an oracle card from the Animal Apothecary guidebook, and the number at the bottom of the card is 38, if that is meaningful for you. This card is about transmuting energy, negative energy, into new positive energy. This is about alchemy itself, right? Face your fear. What is it that you are afraid of? What is it that you're sort of paralyzed with fear about? I went ahead and pulled a card specifically about that fear because I want to try to get as specific as possible here. So let's see. We have the 8 of Wands, and in this particular depiction we have a car trying to go up a hill. And there's this, clear depiction of the car, but then the road ahead of it, right? So it's this feeling that, you're pushing up against something and you haven't had traction, and maybe you've even been lost. But now rubber hits the road and now you are on track with something and it's full speed ahead. There are no obstacles. So there's these beautiful colors of a rainbow, along with the candles showing, the light, the illumination that's needed for you to go forward, right? This is about having answers. So the fear here is related to, I think, fear of moving on, fear of the new, fear of these opportunities coming your way. It seems like you're actually blessed with something. I think that you are quite shocked at something that has just happened, something that it's like a lucky break. I think you've been surprised with a lucky break, and you're afraid of what's going to happen because it means there are unknowns and there are changes and there's a lot of growth and expectation coming your way. So that again, I am trying to get as specific as possible because my readings, I really try to make these readings for, these are quality readings for the right person, for the person who's meant to see them. So if this isn't clicking for you, if it isn't resonating for you, it's not your reading, and that's totally cool, right? Like, there are other videos out there to check out from my channel in case you're drawn to those. But yeah, I'm gonna get to it. Let's see. I have these cards pulled out for potential outcome. So I'm going to start with the message itself and the advice, and we're going to go from there. I'm going to get as many of these on screen as possible too. So let's put these here. The fear of motion, the fear of forward motion. Okay. So the message, the advice from your guides. What is the message meant to find you? Oh, wow. We have emotions, authentic expression, and assertiveness. Interesting that the assertiveness shows an eclipse, which we just experienced. And I know this is a timeless reading, but the eclipse energy is, you know, so strong and relevant right now. And so what I'm getting here is from the crow figure, I'm actually getting that you get a lot of, you have a gift of premonition and perhaps precognition. So I think that you're someone who's drawn to this reading because you've been getting your own messages and you are actually having trouble. You're fearing the fact that these messages may not be just, you know, your imagination. You're fearing the fact that these messages are in fact from your guides or from the divine. And it, you know, it can be scary to consider, you know, the reality, right? The of being a channel. If that's a new idea for you, or if that's something you're just beginning to explore. But what's important here, I think the message so far that is important here is that your feelings are absolutely true and valid. So, you know, getting in touch with your feelings and even acknowledging that you're afraid, even acknowledging the fear is key here, because it's energy, and it's energy that has to be processed. You definitely have a gift here, but your notions about that gift, it's still kind of in the beginning stages of identifying, sorry, I'm all over the place. You're still in the beginning stages of identifying the meaning of this gift for you. So I think you're just beginning to understand how this gift is manifesting, how these messages come to you. So I feel like there's a specific way that they come to you, and maybe all your life or for a long time you thought you had one opinion about those particular kinds of thoughts or imaginations, and now you're actually understanding that these are transmissions. So these transmissions come to you a specific way. I don't think it's the dreams. It could be the dreams. It could be in the dreams in a certain context. Like when you have a dream, that's a certain kind of dream, certain setting, like a place. That could be it. But I think that is open-ended. I think that there are people watching this video, you know, that this message is for, and the way that your messages come to you, the way you channel, I'm not getting a specific way. It could be the dreams, it could be another way. So let's keep going here. Inner peace, yes. See, this is why the emotional processing is key. We also have these koi fish, right? This is about understanding that you're not alone. And I think that you've been fearful because you've been afraid that the implication of getting, you know, of having such a gift, having a gift of intuition or precognition, the implication is that you're afraid that you're the only one experiencing this, that anyone who you talk to about this may think that, you may feel alienated from other people because maybe the people around you would not be supportive. But the inner peace card showing up here is that, you know, you're not alone. You're absolutely not alone. And the work that you do on that emotional front is definitely a part of feeling that connection, feeling safe in that connection. Okay, let's keep going. Seven of Swords, politics. Wow, the Judgment card, past life. This is making sense to me. And the Strength card. Okay, very interesting. Two of Wands. Oh my goodness. Become an alchemist, and look at that. Two koi fish again. Okay? 2 koi fish. Wow, big, big, big affirmation. And the number is 37, which comes before 38. So this is also resonating with the past life card. This is talking about something previous to something in the past, and I do think it is a past life, not necessarily this life, but you know, all these things are connected. It's not just clear cut and linear like that, but there's something from the past that oh, I just had the thought. The emotions that you're feeling are not necessarily connected to something current. The emotions that you have to process, I'm getting in the sense that they're actually very residual, or very like that they're they've come, they've been held, that there's some kind of feelings that you've been holding on to for perhaps lifetimes. Okay, I'm just gonna go with it. I'm just gonna take that as it comes, like that's what I'm getting here. I think if this message is for you, you absolutely know what I mean. It is entirely possible that when I talked about the dreams and the messages, also that you were having dreams of a past life. Okay, so now we have the koi fish again, and become an alchemist, which is mirroring. It's also resonating with the 2 of Wands here. Okay, and what that is telling me is that there is duality. Okay, there's a duality here that you need to embrace. The underlying reality of non-duality is a good topic for you to explore, but duality, as it's showing in these cards, is basically to understand that you can absolutely exist on 2 levels of reality. Okay, that you can experience your reality in 2 very different ways, and that's okay. So what I'm trying to say is that, you know, you may think that your intuitive gift means that you're supposed to you may think that it invalidates everything you've thought or done until now. You may think that maybe it even alienates you from your family of origin or your community of origin. You know, you may think that you have to go down this whole different path and it's going to change everything, and you know, you're kind of afraid of that change that is going to separate you from the past. And I think there's a part of you that is fearful of those changes and those implications, because you kind of, you know, you don't want you don't want this new change, this new life that's fast approaching. Okay, so I think that instead of you thinking about it being like the past is the past and the future is the future, and you're just going from the past to the future, I think it's helpful for you to think about these fish, right, who swim in both directions. You might also be a Pisces sign. You might have Pisces in your birth chart, astrologically speaking. But what the koi fish, you know, represent here is not just the integrity of the yin and yang, right? The embracing of duality, the acknowledgement that that there is, what am I trying to say here? The paradox, right? This to me is about the paradox that yes, you can be a sane person and, you know, get these messages. This is what I'm trying to say, is that like you, oh my god, I'm losing it. Okay, sorry. I had to take a break. I had to just walk away from the screen because I've all of a sudden had this self-consciousness, and I mean, it wasn't sudden. I could see why. I just got disturbed in my reading and I got self-conscious, but I need to take a step back here. And I need to, yes, I need to talk about the Seven of Swords. And what this, very sneaky person is depicting, this is someone who is secretly a snake, but they're, they operate behind a mask and a veneer of being happy and safe and good, right? So politics, right, came with past lives, which is also depicting these two, I want to say they're salamanders, but the salamanders here make me think of the two wands as well, the Two of Wands. And so we're seeing twos, and we're seeing this idea of being two-faced and duplicity. So I think what I needed to start with is this message of, authentic expression of emotions and your assertiveness, right? It starts here. It starts with processing your feelings here. Okay, pile one. Hi again. I had to stop the reading and just get my bearings again. I got distracted, and I think there's really an important part of the message, precisely because I lost the thread on this. And I think that you have, again, I do think you have this gift of precognition, and you're afraid of I don't know if it's that you're afraid of sharing these messages or sharing this intuition with another person or other people, or if you're just afraid of the fact that it's happening, right? That that the implication is that you have this magical ability. Let's just put it in your terms, right? I think that you are not feeling very safe lately, not feeling very grounded lately. And so I think the purpose of this reading is to really just tell you very straightforwardly, you're not alone, and you will be okay. And the gifts that you have, it's your gift to share, okay? So you don't need to pursue this path in a particular way if that doesn't feel safe for you. And I don't know what kind of messages you're getting. I feel like because you're still uncertain about how you want to use this gift of yours and share this gift of yours, I'm not able to pick up on what these messages you're actually getting, what you are predicting, or your particular kind of intuition. All I can tell you is I get the sense that you've really been back and forth, because of the koi fish. I really get the sense that you've really been kind of chasing your tail in a sense, and going back and forth on the idea of, are you crazy in a sense, or are you sane? And you know what I mean? I think you've really been struggling to have a strong sense of who you are, if this is a part of your subjective reality, okay? So again, to recap, I do feel like the fear that you have is with regards to certain messages that you're getting intuitively, precognition, premonitions, and I said it earlier, so it could be dreams that you're having, but it could also be messages that you're getting in other ways. I have to say, I think that there is somebody who does not have necessarily your best interest in mind. But I don't know that this person is in your life now. I think they might have been in your life previously. And the problem is that your memory of them is impacting your experience of life now. So I'm going to pull these other cards that I had pulled for a potential outcome, and I'm just going to take it from there. I'm going to keep going with this reading to really try to pinpoint or clarify the message for you at this time. So we have the King of Pentacles. This is potential outcome that I'm pulling. King of Pentacles, the Star, the Empress, and the Five of Cups here. So potential outcome. Yeah, I see that you are concerned with material stability and material, just your material reality, your material stability, and feeling safe and feeling protected. And the potential outcome is for sure that you will be protected. That is for sure. The potential outcome is related to a divine goddess here, is also what I'm getting. I think that with the Five of Cups, you will be able to transmute your fears by grieving what it is you've gained up until now that will have to be sacrificed. Okay, so I know that is kind of vague here, but what I'm seeing is, because you are understanding your gift better, right? Your gift of intuition, your gift of precognition. You understand better what is being asked of you, which is to live in service on a certain level, right? To put your gifts to use in service of others. And that's not a step to take lightly, because it means, you know, that you do have to it means you do have to make choices about how you do that. Wow. Yeah. Why is there this sadness here? I think it's the divine, if it's a divine goddess, but it could also be related to a mother figure. So now I'm wondering, okay, can we clarify, please, this Five of Cups? Action. Stillness. Okay. I'm just going to say, I'm just going to say what's coming through. Like, I think that there's grief here because there is an important woman in your life. And I think that you feel like you didn't do enough. I think this woman is no longer with you. She's passed on. And I feel like you fear that you haven't done enough. I don't know what that means, honestly, done enough. I don't know if it means that you felt like you could have saved her or protected her. That's not necessarily it. It might just be that you felt like you didn't do enough to have more time with her. So yeah, I'm just going to say, call it like it is. I do feel like you have a message here from a loved one who's passed on to the other side. They want you to know that they are still with you. Particularly, okay, yeah. Particularly at times of stillness. So I do feel like the message here is definitely about leaving forgetting, taking the action-oriented side, right? Like don't be so action-oriented. Instead, be more stillness-oriented, okay? So I'm going to put these two here. The actions arise from the stillness. I think that you're fearful of doing something the wrong way, or fearful of not acting the right, like not taking the right action. But now is not the time for taking action. Now is the time for, again, emotional processing and internal, going within, and that internal processing that will allow you to strengthen your sense of self and your groundedness, in order to decide for yourself what you want this gift, how you want to use this gift in your life. Okay, can I get responses from everything I just said? What is the response to what I just said? Nine of Cups, yes, definitely. You know, a blessing. You may not think of this as a blessing, but it is. Knight of Swords. Yeah, I do think you're not very happy about this, about the idea of having this gift, but yeah, you feel like you really would like to turn it off. Okay. Ace of Pentacles. So that's the groundedness. That is the need to ground. We have the Devil and the Ace of Pentacles. So this is about, you know, being very attached to physical reality. And again, I talked about duality, but it might be from the part of the video that I have to remove because I got really distracted and I just lost the thread on this. But I touched on duality, the nature of duality, and I think that you might have some ideas that are very polarized. So it's possible that you don't want any spirituality in your life for some reason, like you became cynical with the way other people expressed, other people were able to maybe manipulate and even exploit, and greedy people are able to exploit others through their own gifts. Okay, I'm not sure why that Devil card. See, it's coming up on the King of Pentacles, the Emperor, and the Eight of Swords. Okay, so yeah, we have Five of Swords. Okay, so I think there's a woman or a female energy, feminine energy. That feminine energy that has been really key for you, really important for you, but for some reason it's been lost, and you've been experiencing grief here. I do think there's a loved one from the other side who does have feminine energy. I'm going to clarify. I don't know that it is. I don't know that the gender of the person is necessarily female. Just that the energy is feminine. Okay, nurturing, feminine, yielding, receptive, and there's a grief because I do think that you feel like you had it taken away from you. Maybe you feel like you didn't do enough. Maybe you blame yourself for having lost this person, and that's really important that you stop doing that, because I am seeing here that you've become very I don't want to say cynical. You've just chosen not to stop believing. I think, you know, like to stop believing in a higher power. Yeah, I think you've become very restrictive in a certain sense, self-restrictive, even self-punishing, and you really feel like you're supposed to work hard to achieve something, and to acknowledge that you have this particular gift it seems to really go against a value system or a way of life, and you know, a goal that you've made for yourself to achieve a lot in the material world. Wow, pile one. Okay, 6 of Wands there. Yeah, very achievement oriented, very success oriented. The Moon. Okay. The Hangman. Yeah. This is someone who has kind of lost their way a bit. Page of Wands. Knight of Pentacles. Oof. Queen of Pentacles. Okay. Yeah, I'm seeing the family system showing up really strongly here. So we had the King of Pentacles earlier, and I think that you've been very much trying to be that King of Pentacles. Maybe you are that King of Pentacles. Maybe you have a lot of people relying on you. And there's a whole family system here showing up. I think that you really care and worry about other members of your family, maybe what they would think, knowing that, you know, you have certain, again, a gift, right? Like that you have this ability to channel, this ability to intuit. Yeah, see, you are different, and you've always known you're different, but you somehow went through life playing by a certain rule book that allowed you to conform and also get approval and also succeed on a certain way. But again, there's a feminine energy coming through from the other side that is just very accepting of who you are and really wants to encourage you to be who you are and not to forget who you are, okay? Wow. Pile one, I really wish I could give you so much more. This is just the tip of the iceberg is what I'm getting here. I think this is really about you going on your own journey in this regard. And gifts to the portal. Okay, gifts to the portal. Yeah, you know, this is just one offering. Fear that the light will bring judgment. Something that is never truly yours. Okay. Yeah, I'm getting a sense here that... Oof, wow. Okay, let's go ahead and take these. Stay back. The snake again. Mysterious mother. Okay, that divine feminine energy. Or that feminine energy from the other side. Calm within transformation, the snake again. So, yeah, I think there's a lot going on that I can only get so much. But, you know, you've got... You got someone who supports you, they accept you, they may not be with you in this lifetime right now, they may have been with you in this lifetime earlier and they passed on to the other side. But I think that you just need to know that there's a fear you have, and that fear is based on, you know, this very rigid or very cynical way of looking at life. And for some reason you took that on. But you don't have to keep holding on to that. You don't have to keep holding on to this limiting view of yourself and life. The Magician. Yes, alchemy. Okay, so, wow, pile one. I wanted to keep pulling cards for you because I feel like you really you really need to get these messages, but you're also getting messages on your end. So it's like, I don't want to just easy does it. Yeah, I don't want to go overboard here. Wow, pile one. Let me do this. I'm going to clear the air. Because this is also the advice, right? The advice is also about getting much more in touch with yourself, your essential self, your authentic voice, your authentic self. And understanding that there is an authentic self, right? Understanding that there is a you that exists throughout all the turmoil and all the pain that you've experienced in life. Your feelings, those negative feelings, those dark feelings, those dark, scary fears and thoughts, they don't need to oppress you, because they're energy that is just part of this whole system. And you can acknowledge what they are, and you can also send them and release them back to the source, okay? So you can acknowledge that these energies or these feelings or these thoughts, you can acknowledge that these thoughts are there, but you don't need to identify with them. They don't need to be who you are. Okay, can I get one card, please, for pile one? The Star. Okay, we got the Star again, right? Earlier in the reading, the Star appeared next to the Empress and the King of Pentacles, and the Star is here again. So, faith and hope and healing and trust. Trust that the messages that are reaching out to you through this gift of intuition, trust that your intuition and, again, your gift, right? Trust that it will guide you to safety. Trust that it will help you light a path through this darkness. Okay, pile one. I really, really wish the best for you. I hope this has been helpful. But, you know, the Star also shows this is one day at a time, okay? The Star also shows that this is nothing you need to solve overnight. The Star is gently guiding you towards your next steps, okay? Your next phase, your next chapter. The Star will always be there, okay? It's not ever going to leave you. So no matter how you're feeling, no matter where you are in this journey, on this path, no matter where you are, you can always think about the Star. Think about what that means to you. Think about the hope that it brings to you, right? Your wildest dream. What is it you desire? Wishing upon a star. What is it you wish for? Let that guide you, because this card is a sign that you can reach it if you just keep moving forward. Just keep going. Keep working on yourself. Keep working on this dream. Keep working on this path. Keep working on your higher self, right? Keep exploring what that means to have a higher self, to have that guidance, to have that wisdom, okay? Thank you, Pile One, for being here. Take care. Hello, Pile 2. Welcome to your reading. I have your cards shuffled and selected here. You selected the Oracle card, It's in You, with this gorgeous lion and emeralds here. So let's see what the message is for you today. We have the Hanged Man, the Ten of Wands, the Queen of Cups, the Fool, the Two of Wands, and the Six of Pentacles. So straight away I'm getting a message about you having a difficult time making a choice here, and I think that this is with regards to a relationship. I think you're in a relationship that has been feeling like it's been stalling, like the progress that you're seeking in the relationship isn't happening, and you are wondering if it's time to start over, if it's time to just kind of start life with a clean slate and either choose not to be in a relationship, choose being single, or choosing a new way of being in the relationship, choosing some kind of system or even set of rules, set of boundaries that will change the nature of this relationship for you. Make it feel more balanced, make it feel more fair. So that's what I'm getting so far. Let's take a look at the other cards. We have Simplicity with a feather. So the idea of being light as a feather, being unfettered, being unburdened, being free, because the complications and the expectations and the stress is no longer there, okay? Delight. Okay, so I do think that is a message that you have not had the opportunity or the you've not made it a priority to have pleasure, to seek pleasure in your life, and this is a message that you really should make that a priority, okay? Own your star, number 22 oracle card. So this is interesting because it is a starfish. It's not a star in the sky, it's a star in the sea, which I love. So it does connect, to me, it does connect back to that Queen of Cups. Own your star. Own your wish, for the perfect relationship, the ideal relationship. Remember, once again, what is it that you're seeking in love? What is it that you seek in the ideal partner, the ideal connection? Believe that that's possible, right? The other thing is, own your star, meaning take responsibility for your own happiness. It's in you. It's not in the external world. It's not in another human being. It's all within you. So being responsible, really taking responsibility for your happiness in life is also key here, which is why that Fool card and that Simplicity card showed up, right? The Fool card holding a white rose, innocence, purity. The Simplicity card with the white feather in the sky. Also trusting your intuition, trusting that the messages you receive about life, about your own life going forward, that's the wisdom you need to follow, not somebody else's wisdom, not somebody else's advice. We have the Ten of Cups here. Beautiful. So, definitely possible, and definitely great potential here to either improve, deepen, or receive the love that you're seeking. It's really a matter of you allowing room for that, is what I'm seeing here, right? Because with the Ten of Wands and the Hanged Man, I feel like you've somehow set up these obstacles to receiving the love you're seeking. Maybe it's high expectations, maybe it's just these beliefs or assumptions about relationships that are keeping, that love kind of dammed up is what I'm seeing. Friction. Okay. Friction. Strength. Interesting. Eight of Swords. Okay. Two of Swords. Did I say the Two of Wands earlier? This is the Three of Wands. Okay. For some reason I was seeing that as the Two of Wands. Six of Cups. Lovely. So we have the 6 again. And we have a lot of cups showing up here. Let me just make sure this is visible. Move everything up just a bit. Okay. Okay, so pile number 1. Yes, so what I am seeing here is that you don't realize your own strength. With friction and strength here, I think you don't realize that you probably have, you probably are independent, but you don't see yourself as independent. Like, you probably take care of yourself, do things on your own without any issue, but maybe you don't see yourself that way. I know that's kind of, that sounds kind of weird to me, so I'm trying to figure that out. But that's what I'm hearing here, is sort of not knowing your own strength, right? Maybe you've just been thinking that relationships look a certain way. They're supposed to, follow these kinds of parameters. They're supposed to be defined a certain way. But you yourself are sort of hard to tame, is what I'm hearing, and that makes sense with the lion. And so it's to me, what this is like, do you believe in, do you really see yourself getting the love that you want? Because maybe you've decided long ago that kind of love is never going to enter your life, therefore you'll compromise, right? So what I'm seeing is maybe you've been compromising, and now those compromises have sort of added up, that you are reaching a breaking point, and what you decide now, what you do now, or how you shift now is going to have a tremendous impact. Again, prioritizing your pleasure, prioritizing your enjoyment of life is key here. And I don't know that you've been doing that, because with compromise, right, there could be guilt too. Like, there could be a sense of, oh, I shouldn't do that because my partner hasn't had a chance to, I shouldn't do X because my partner hasn't had a chance to do Y. Like, constantly, trying to be fair here. But if you overcomplicate things because you're constantly focusing on tit for tat, then, is that really a relationship that's supportive, right? Or is it just another relationship that feels like a burden? So what I'm seeing here, pile 2. See, you're pile 2, but I said pile 1 because I feel like the message here is to, reclaim your independence, reclaim your individuality here, because it really is only your life to lead. And the stronger you are as an individual, the easier it becomes to decide how you want to relate to another person. The easier it becomes to figure out those boundaries and those desires that are part of that ideal for you, right? I think that your ideals have become a bit confused. The 8 of Swords and the 2 of Swords, there's a lot of, there's a certain amount of confusion here, perhaps even a lot of self-doubt. that's confusing the issue here. But with the Six of Cups, we see things falling into place. And, you know, I think there could even be someone in your life or someone who's just entered your life who's helping you appreciate those simpler things, appreciate those simple pleasures. Maybe up until this point, you've had this ideal of a relationship, but when you tried to manifest that ideal, perhaps you found someone who's just seems so perfect, and you've been in a relationship with them, and then in order to maintain that ideal in real life, it's just required so much work. Okay, and I think that's been draining you, and I think that's why you're feeling like things are at a standstill, and also why you're restless and you're just wondering, like, is this all there is? Is this the best it's ever going to be? What else is out there? I just want to start over. Okay, there's that urge to start over. So I think the message here is also that when you do break things down to the simplest form, when you do just focus on yourself and not the other person, and focus on what your desires, not just your desires, but just focus on your direct experience of life, you know, like have a day where you wake up and instead of saying good morning to anyone or giving someone a call or checking on someone, just check in with yourself. Prioritize that morning for you, you know, see how that shifts things. Because maybe you've been waking up and someone else is on your mind the moment you wake up, you know? But I do think there is somebody in your vicinity who's perhaps helping you and encouraging you to do things like that, to just be, right? To not put someone else's needs in at the center as a knee-jerk reaction, but to just be and let yourself tune into what is it that you really seek and think and desire at each moment. Okay, let me go ahead and pull some more cards for you. Oh wow, okay, these just came out. Let me put that down because I do want to get to this deck. Can we get advice for pile 2? Can we get advice for pile 2? Okay, so we have Thunderbolt, which is like the Tower card if you are a tarot practitioner. We also have I want to say this is the Page of Swords. Let me confirm that. Oh, no, this is the Queen. Queen of Clouds, the Queen of Swords, Morality, and the Thunderbolt. Yeah, that is similar to the Tower. But we see here, it's almost, this is making me think of the Kundalini rising. We see someone, someone in a meditation pose, and we see the depiction of the tower here with people falling from the top, right, and the thunderbolt knocking down that tower, and the passion too, and the strong feelings, strong energy just rising up from the root chakra, right? And then here, morality. So yes, I do think that you've been operating under a system of propriety, perhaps, or a set of standards, and it's time to question those standards. It's time to ask yourself, are those really your standards? Are those really what you what works for you, right? The ideas, the rules, the beliefs surrounding intimacy, surrounding relationships, has that really been working for you? With the Queen of Swords, with morality, instead of paying attention to what other people are saying, it's time to pay attention to your own rationale, your own logic, because you are a thoughtful person and you have the intelligence and you have the ability to analyze the situation here, to analyze it, you know, correctly. Okay, so use that ability, use your own critical thinking and faculties here. We have the 5 of Wands and we have the 9 of Wands. A lot of wands. Wow. So I think these are emphasizing that thunderbolt again. And what's interesting is that the friction card with these greens is making me think about the first card. It's in you. So friction, a lot of these wands are showing friction, but it's necessary friction, right? It's these wands are appearing because you are restless. You are not going to let your life just dissipate into boredom or, you know, being disaffected or depression, right? You're refusing to let that happen. And again, that inner strength, the strength card showing up, reminding you that you're so much more independent than you give yourself credit for. You're so much more self-reliant than you give yourself credit for. Maybe you've been told, you know, BS things that, you know, you're needy or you're clingy, but that's probably just somebody trying to control you because they are intimidated by you. That could be somebody trying to sow those seeds of self-doubt in you because they know that if you really believe in yourself, if you're confident, you can accomplish anything you want, and you might even realize that you don't need them, okay? So this is a pivotal moment because you are challenging these ideas and these notions that you've been taking for granted. You're challenging them, you're pushing back against them, okay? Really, really cool stuff, pile 2. I'm just going to pull a few more cards to see if I can get any further advice, but I really think, you know, there's not much more for you to do because you're doing the right thing already. You are already feeling that restlessness. You are feeling the need for new energy in your life, and you're drawing a line here where you're not going to let the stagnation drag you down. You want to move forward in your life. You want to invite pleasure and adventure into your life again. So I'm not worried for you. I think you're on the right track for sure. Wow, 9 of Cups. See, beautiful. And the 9 of Cups is great because it's talking about somebody who is really satisfied with themselves, okay? The 10 of Cups can point to community and family, but the 10 of Cups is like, it's also the culmination. The 9 of Cups is that wish fulfillment. It's when it's really the first moment you feel that happiness of, wow, I have it all, right? And here's the thing, you have it all. You don't need another person to complete you. You are complete within yourself. Pile 2, that's your message for today. I wish you the best of luck with everything you're going through, and thank you for joining today. If this was helpful, I would really appreciate a like or a subscribe from you, just so I know. It's just so I get some of this feedback about these videos. Okay, thank you so much, Pile 2. Take care. Hi, Pile 3. Welcome to your reading. You selected the Oracle card, Sacred Boundaries, Tiger Palm. And I want to read a little bit from the guidebook on this card. It's such a great message, and I feel like it's really worth sharing. So I'll just read part of this explanation. We teach people how to treat us. Never expect others to automatically respect and treat you with the justice, love, and consideration you deserve, even when you treat them with kindness. Articulate and create boundaries through courteous speech. For many people, conflict is draining and they would rather avoid it. Still, if you are presented with a situation that continuously minimizes or belittles you, you must stand your ground and ask for respect. The mere fact of sticking up for yourself is so admirable, it energetically creates a level of esteem from others. Even if the other party does not hear you, you will have strengthened your self-worth by holding your boundaries, and this new level of deeper self-worth will reflect in other areas of your life. Boundaries do not apply only to behavior from others, but also the way we treat ourselves. Do you have guidelines for the food you put in your body, the people you create relationships with, the words you say, and the topics you discuss? Tiger Palm's medicine raises its hand in your spread when you're also being asked to level up the energy you allow into your life. Start scanning what behaviors you hold that do not align with, I treat my body, mind, and spirit like a sacred temple. Tiger Palm's medicine directs you to set boundaries with not only others, but yourself. Okay, pile 3. I don't know if you were hearing voices off screen, but there was a meeting next door, so I just had to close the door. So, speaking of boundaries, yes, so that was a great message from the guidebook, and I just wanted to read that out loud. I hope that's helpful for you. I have a whole lot of cards here, so I'm excited to get into your reading and figure out what exactly is going on here and what is the message for you. So let's go ahead and start. We have the Eight of Swords. We have the Death card. Okay. Let me see, is this working? Yeah, let me actually put this up here and then we'll go like that. Great. I have the Nine of Wands here. Okay, the Five of Pentacles. Yes, this has been a difficult time for you. I could see that. Definitely something is coming to a close though, and I think that's a good thing for you. We have the King of Pentacles, so that's very promising to have that King of Pentacles following that Five of Pentacles. We have the Five of Cups. Let me just move these. Sorry, plant. I'm gonna make some room here. The Four of Wands, lovely. The Oracle card, protect your heart. Wow, right under the sacred boundaries. How beautiful is that? And there's another hand, right, showing up there. So definitely strong message there. Dream travel. Nirvana, beautiful. I love that. Right under the Death card. How, that is awesome. Bloom like a badass. Lovely. We see a lotus flower here with a dragonfly, and a couple of dragonflies. Definitely a transformative moment. Nine of Swords. Okay. Eight, Harmony. So this is the Major Arcana card, Harmony, which resonates more with the Justice card, not necessarily the Strength card, which is also numbered 8. So Harmony, Justice, I'm putting there. Five of Cups. Wow. Right under the Five of Cups. So definitely an affirmation that this message is, you know, for you, pile 3. You are meant to receive this message today. We have community now. Community under the Four of Wands, which is really lovely right there. So, wow, pile 3. Where do I start? Where do I start? Okay, I'm gonna say the first thing that's coming through, And again, this may not be for everybody. This may be for just one or a few of you. But I'm seeing here that you've made this difficult decision to leave a place behind. It's possible that you decided to leave a job or move out of your current, even move towns, right? Like actually move cities, move to a different part of the country, because where you were really struggling financially and you just were tired of struggling so much. So you decided to move to another part of the country or move to a different job, quite a drastic change, maybe change the industry you're in. You decided to make that change so that you could actually have some comfort in your life, so that you could have some savings. It really was the best decision for you. And with the Five of Cups showing here twice, I think there is still a lot of sadness over that, because you do miss a lot of aspects of your old life. But you can't help but recognize that this has still been a huge improvement for you. And in the new situation, you really feel more like you belong in a community. You feel like you have all the important things in your life, like your priorities, right? You're getting all your priorities met. You feel like you feel like you've arrived, in a sense. You finally feel like, you know what, this is good. This is the good life. This is what I was hoping for. This is what I was seeking. And again, we have that Harmony card, which is great. The Harmony card is showing up under the King of Pentacles. So your finances definitely improved as a result of this change. It's interesting that Sacred Boundaries is what you chose. And now you have Protect Your Heart here. So what I'm also seeing is that because of the improvement in your situation, you're probably getting asked by people from your past situation. You're probably getting asked to help them out. Like maybe, there's a survivor's guilt here. There's a survivor's guilt. Maybe you are feeling like you are supposed to do more to help other people who have struggled just like you, do more to help them get out of their situation. I think that I can't answer that for you, right? That's those choices, those decisions are only yours to make. I will just say that if there's a will, there's a way. Don't do these things out of guilt, or don't let anyone manipulate your feelings on this. If you feel genuinely that, the way you want to give back to the community, the way you want to contribute is in a certain way, if you feel that genuinely, then that's what you should do. If you don't feel genuine about it, if you feel like you're being coerced or guilted into doing a specific thing, then I would just say, of course, don't do that. Because again, sacred boundaries, right? It's important that what you do, how you act, it's important that it comes with the best intention, that you really have a pure intention with it. Doing something because you're afraid of what people will say about you, you're afraid of other people's judgment, or even if you're doing it because you just want to show off, you want to maybe show someone from the past who doubted you. Maybe there's someone who, gave you a hard time, and you want to make it really obvious, like, hey, I'm doing really well now. No thanks to you. There could be even a bit of that. Like maybe you want to signal how well you're doing to some people who mistreated you in the past. My point is, no matter what you do, make sure your intentions are pure. Make sure that you do it from a place of harmony, right? We have that Harmony card. Do things with balance like that. Do it from a good place, a place of strength, a place of peace. Bloom like a badass. You're already doing that. You're already blooming. But blooming, right? Blooming is also a reminder that everything is temporary. Everything is transient. So if this is a good time for you, enjoy the good time, but remember that the good times don't last forever. Just have that humility where you appreciate that things are working out right now. If you're actually watching this and things do not feel like a good time and you're still really struggling, it's important to again remember that everything is temporary, and every phase of life comes to a close. So if this is a time of struggle, it will come to a close. The Nine of Wands is here, the Death card is here. So the struggle in your life has either ended or it's about to end. There's no need to add any more worry or stress to the situation because it's already reaching its climax. There's really not much more you can say or do about it. You just have to let it run its course. Okay, so that's another thing I'm hearing if you are still in this difficult stage. Okay, so let's see. I feel like there's not much more I have to say here. I want to clarify this dream card, this dream travel card, because it is under the Eight of Swords. So I do wonder what it is you're stressing about. What is this? What is something you may be doubting yourself about? Because I feel like you have a powerful dream and you're not really pursuing it because you have some kind of self-doubt. Okay, we got the Wheel of Fortune there. Wow. We got the Seven of Cups. Okay. Anything else? We have the Three of Cups. Interesting. So, dream travel. Yeah, you've got some creative idea here. I feel like it could even be an aesthetic, some kind of dream about a makeover. Like maybe you want to have a makeover, or you want to make over your house, or you want to make over your look. You want to look different. You want to try a different form of expression. There's some kind of way you express yourself that wants to be manifest. You're getting a lot of inspiration right now. You're collecting a lot of ideas. You're getting this inspiration. And with the Wheel of Fortune, this is all a beautiful part of the change. So embrace it. Embrace whatever new creative cycle is coming your way. Can I get advice for pile 3, please? Advice or potential outcome here for pile 3. Okay. This is the Three of Rainbows, or the Three of Pentacles. Guidance. Wow. We also have the Silence card, which is similar to the Star card in other decks. Interesting. Guidance and silence. So advice is definitely I feel like I'm getting two pieces of advice here, because I feel like there actually is somebody in your circle who has a really good piece of advice for you. But there's also the Silence card, which shows me that you yourself are getting messages from your guides. It's especially going to happen to you either through dreams or during times when you really get a chance to meditate. Maybe you already have a meditation practice. It's certainly a good idea to start that if you don't. Even just a simple routine where you take a bath and you don't listen to music, you don't read a book, you don't like have any mental stimulation. Just let yourself take a bath in silence and let your mind clear, and let these ideas or these inspirations come to you in the bath. I'm hearing that. It could be some other way, like maybe you're someone who goes out running, like go running without any music, just run in silence and let your mind clear like that and get some guidance that way. But there could also be someone in your circle or in your workplace, someone who's you really respect, and they could also have specific advice for you. But yeah, there's a creative cycle opening up here. I think again, because so maybe not all of you have moved to a new part of the country, maybe not all of you have changed jobs, but I do feel like the overall theme of this message is still having made a difficult choice, a choice to move away from a difficult situation and move to a new situation where you can really thrive. And because you're thriving, you might feel a bit of guilt, like survivor's guilt. You might also have nostalgia and miss the past, miss how things were before, even though it was a struggle. Maybe there are people from the past that you miss. It's important to yes, acknowledge those feelings of sadness if you have them, but to also appreciate your current situation, because it, whatever is in your life now or whatever is about to come into your life, it's definitely a stronger, more stable, healthier situation. And the more you appreciate it, the more it will grow. And the more you appreciate it, the more your inspiration will grow. You seem to be someone who really has a strong creative streak, or just a desire to express yourself, a desire to have more beauty and harmony in your life. Again, maybe you're someone who likes to decorate your home, maybe you're someone who likes to dress a certain way, or just have that style in your life. So I feel like there is a creative cycle coming through your life that's really going to help you blossom, because maybe because of that struggle in the past, you didn't have that chance to you didn't feel like you were thriving, so you never put time into it, right? But now, again, sacred boundaries, protect your heart. Now that you're feeling safer, you're feeling more protected, you really are going to thrive and express yourself, in a much more colorful or vibrant way. Again, I see vibrancy, community is showing up here, right? So I do feel like you feel more like you belong, or more like you're accepted, you're supported, and that's all beautiful. I grabbed this deck again, but actually I just want to pull one or two more cards here. Is there a deck? What is this deck that I want to pull from? No, I think we're good. I'll just pull a couple cards from here. We have the Nine of Pentacles, lovely. Oh wow, and the Magician. So, pile 3, once again, just thriving, okay? There's one word for this, it's thriving, okay? You are, I just heard Stella got her groove back. You know what? If you're someone who went through divorce and you went through the ringer, and now you're feeling much stronger in yourself, much better in yourself, like, this is the affirmation for you for sure. Yeah, pile 3. That's all I have to say to you. Beautiful, beautiful new beginning. Beautiful transformation, I should say. Beautiful changes. You are blooming like a badass. I'll just leave it at that. Okay. Thank you for joining pile 3. If this was helpful, please hit the like and subscribe buttons to let me know. Take care, and I hope to see you at the next reading.